Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Alien Factor 2 Alien Rampage. Yeah, George Stover, Don Dohler, need I say more? This one gets the 3.1 rating on IMDb, which is about average for Don Dohler. If I had to pick my top 5 most prolific directors, I'd go with number 1, Coffin Joe. Number 2, Don Dohler. Number 3, Roberta Findlay. Number 4, Larry Buchanan. And number 5, Dario Argento. Those would be my top 5. This one's kind of a 20 years later sequel to the Alien Factor, which is another great movie. I love both these movies. They're not related to each other, by the way. And it's got some cheap looking Kmart makeup, alien. It's got a cyborg that doesn't even look like a cyborg. It just looks like a rubber suit type of man-sized dinosaur with tubes coming out of its neck. Not exactly a cyborg, but well, Don Dohler has a good imagination, so what can I say? As far as the other things going on with this, it takes place in a hick town outside of Baltimore, Favre de Grace or something like that. Excuse my French there, but yeah, it looks like he's borrowing a lot of his friends' establishments. For instance, he takes some bar from nearby. Well, it's probably his friend's bar. He takes a deli place from nearby. It's probably his friend's deli that he borrowed just to get the friggin' credits on there. Jeez, the credits are like 30 minutes long and the movie's like 30 minutes. I'm not kidding you, man. And it's got Don Dohler doing most of the work on the credits as far as that goes. He's just listing all his friends like George Stover for all the other stuff, and he's doing 50% of it, which is cool. I like Don Dohler. I like him better than John Waters, his Baltimore comrade over there. Don Dohler's dead, unfortunately, but I guess George Stover is still around. Who knows? Most of the people from Desperate Living are all dead, plus Don Dohler, which is a shame. I'd like to follow in Don Dohler's footsteps, become a producer, and produce movies like his. That would be pretty cool. Maybe in a couple years. Anyway, getting to the story. So the female alien with the Kmart Halloween makeup crash lands in this town. Whatever it is, the French name that I can't pronounce. This hick town, and she steals some uranium. It starts off with the car chase with the FBI. The FBI agent shoots her in the back. So she's kind of on the ground, face up, wide awake, with lots of close-up shots of her cheap-looking makeup. Then the cyborg dude comes out of the spaceship, puts up some kind of force field that fries human bodies within an 18-mile radius of the spaceship, which doesn't make sense because later on they're able to get to the spaceship even with this force field up. So I don't know how they got around it when everybody else got fried. But anyway, minor plot mishap there. In addition, towards the end, there's a little night-day kind of out of sequence scene, kind of like Plan 9 from Outer Space, where it alternates from night and day and there's no explanation why. Yeah, it's like that. It's got some inconsistencies there, which is pretty cool. Makes it one of those so bad that it's good type movies. The background music is absolutely horrific. It's kind of like, well, I can compare it to Things, or the background music to, what was that movie I just saw? That silent movie, The Bells. Yeah, 1926 kind of music. Well, not exactly, because it's like a cheap Casio board type music. So, yeah. So Don Dohler borrowed his friend's cheap Casio player, and pretty cool, cool stuff. Yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie. Gave it 5 stars. Um, so getting back to the story, the cyborg just pops out of the ship, puts up the force field that fries human bodies, anybody who touches it, and then turns it into a charcoal human being, or charcoal Homo sapiens. And then I then the cyborg comes out of the force field, goes into town, and starts shooting everybody in sight. A bunch of um, Barry J. Gillis looking motorcycle dudes. He shoots them up, and then he proceeds to the bar where he shoots up some more. Then he shoots up the bag lady. And meanwhile, the mayor and the police, in this case the sheriff's department, played by George Stover and some other people, are getting freaked out like, oh my god, what do we do? So one of the visitors who just happened to be traveling in town, some yuppie people, are like, the dude just happens to be a demolitions expert. So they try to plant the demolitions in the spaceship. I'm not going to spoil the ending, although the ending is really similar to, what do you call it? Beyond Darkness. Yeah, it's the same friggin' ending. I don't know if what happened with that. Maybe Beyond the Darkness. Maybe Don Dohler ripped off that idea from Joe D'Amato's movie like 20 years earlier. Who knows? Anyway, cool flick. I wish there were more Don Dohler movies to choose from on Netflix, but hey, I couldn't even get Night Beast because there was a short wait, and I had Dark Shadows behind Night Beast. So yeah, I'm gonna watch Dark Shadows now for the next year every friggin' day, because I love that TV show. That's gonna be my next review. Laters.